Yeah, that's right. Those are the words I said. Sexy doo-doo stain. That's what I said. Uh-huh.
What are you doing? What if there's like two bloaters back there?
It'll be fine.
I don't remember the bloaters from the first game all that well because I never had to fight them. If I'm being completely honest. I
I think
just
the first time you fought one was,
I don't think you understand me. I never fought them.
Quite the fight back
you
there.
Like
did. There was
no,
one
Don't look like
required.
a bloater.
no. Okay, the one,
Yeah.
but there were probably more after that that I never
Jesse
fought
and Dina are gonna lose their shit when
because
they
I
hear
know for
about
sure
this.
there's like a
Let's deal with
couple
them two anyway.
in the college,
Oh,
and I
no.
got through the majority of that
I hear the
without
way Jesse
ever
talks
killing
to you.
anything.
No,
I
Jesse
just
and I are
walked
just
really
friends.
slowly, and then there's several
No, I've
in the
got a
subway station
pretty
toward the
keen
end of the
eye for
game,
face.
like in the
Not
underground
so
like
keen
train
with this
area,
one.
and nope, just didn't fight them.
Don't
I
hold your
walked through
breath.
that entire thing without killing anybody, and I got proof of that because I have the video clip on the channel. Because I remember talking to Mike about like, yeah, I didn't do this, and he was like, "There's no way you can get through that part without killing something," and I was like, "I beg to differ," and I did. Oh, I didn't beg, but I did differ. I differed like a subtraction. Like most gym rooms smell sweaty as is. I get cause the first bloater is when you with the gay dude, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
In the,
yeah, no
the
way I would
gym.
remember that. I just remembered it, but that ain't the point. What I'm saying is like I don't remember. I was taking a wild guess. Dolce cream, Dolce crema.
Think you can squeeze through there?
Hell yeah, man! Watch this. Watch me squeeze my squeezes off. Joe, something got me. Joe, there's
See what it is?
vaginas on the wall in here. Oh,
Yeah.
nope. Those are coffee beans. Sorry.
Okay.
Again, I would be so concerned that the people who put this stuff in the way would just be nearby. Oh, never mind.
Ellie!
Thanks.
Yeah.
I want one of these flashlights.
Hey, Joel.
Is that your bag?
I think it's them. The couple that ran away last year.
I think you're right.
I think you're right.
Jackson is a wonderful place, but we got tired of hearing the stories of people suffering everywhere else. We wanted to save lives. We had good intentions. We didn't make it an hour before running into a horde. Now we're bitten. We've decided we're gonna end our lives instead of turning. Please tell our family and friends that we're sorry. With Adam and Sydney. I shot her. I can't take my own life. I'm a fucking coward. Adam.
Adam turned into the bloater. Because that's a good
Maybe
rating.
they were immune, right?
Well, let's go get Tommy and we can get these bodies back to Jackson.
Oh, somebody told it, didn't they, Joel?
After you took me out of the Firefly Hospital, you said there were dozens of people like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm Joel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they told me.
I've never met another immune person before. Have you?
I could be hiding it. You do.
Do you believe that?
Is now really the time for this?
We traveled across the entire country to bring me to the Fireflies. I had so many questions for them. Why did you pull me out of there while I was still unconscious?
Because I let them run the tests. And when I saw that they were useless, I got us out of there.
How do you know they were useless? Maybe if you just would have given them more time, they could have figured something out.
There was no cure. There's nothing that could help these people or anybody else. I know you wish things were different. I wish things were different. But they ain't. And we need to get these kids back to their families.
Gotta do it.
Is there something else you'd like to rehash?
No.
Good. Come on.
We've been planning this so long, I forgot that this wasn't a game.
Jesse's passed out. Hey.
Let me do that. Boom. I will say Jewish people are something you don't see in games
He's
a
a
lot.
good guy. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna try to like play devil's advocate, but I really can't think of many.
And it's more like, I understand, like, it's, well, you can't just show a Jewish person with curly hair and a big nose.
What about this?
That's what they look
Anything
like.
worthwhile?
It's not a stereotype. It's not racism.
Actually,
That's what Jewish people look like.
Abby?
Black people have wide noses. White people have skinny ass, pointy ass
Sorry.
noses.
Nora? Her unit was assigned to this
Like, you do
hospital.
realize that that's what y'all noses
They
look
were
like, right?
collecting supplies or something.
Even
I
fat
haven't
white
played
people.
Lost, and
Well, yeah, but you ain't got a nose like
hospital?
any black person ever.
Yeah.
Like, black people's noses don't
Yeah.
turn up like that. Which you're also not like
What, you're gonna go
regular
now?
white. You're
we
mostly
have a lead.
German.
At least just wait for Jesse to rest up.
She could be gone by then.
Most white people I know have like a very thin
We know her
bridge.
location. Maybe Tommy does too. What?
Nothing.
It's weird. I've played about 40 minutes of the
Can you come help me
game,
with the door, please?
and it feels like I just started. Like, I feel like I haven't played at all.
I mean, most of it was cutscenes, so
No, most of that last part of the game, like that last episode was, most of that last episode was all action. Like, I was doing stuff.
Right. If I follow Route 5, that should take me to the hospital.
ooh.
Did it do it again?
Follow Route 5.
Huh?
Down Laura.
You said oof. I thought
Get her
it
to
did it
tell me
again.
where Abby is.
No, my eye is being an eye.
It's seeing things.
Yeah,
That's a problem. That's a
am I
bad
right?
All right.
It's
So we need to discuss the thing that we didn't get to discuss last episode.
or we can just keep stringing people along and tell them we're gonna piss them off and never tell us.
No, I want to go ahead and get it out of the way now because it ain't. Because it's gonna get like your video has been restricted in 18,000 countries.
Gotta get through.
So all of this started from like I saw a post about people being upset that a rumor was going around that they were gonna make Elsa gay.
Uh huh.
Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
I don't know how true that is. Like, I have no idea how true this is.
I've still not seen Frozen 2, so it's not like I
I
have
mean, I ain't trying to see
the
it, to be
idea that
completely honest.
they're like even like moving in that direction. Because in the first movie, they didn't really like give you enough information to say what she is, but she's an adult, and if she wants to be gay,
Well, that's
that's
the
her.
thing.
Well, it's not her
And that,
decision; it's her own.
and that's what it really comes down to is the whole, like, you know, why does she need to be gay? And it's not. I understand, like, to people who are dumb and stupid and ugly, because I really know how to piss people off. You know, it's like, why does she need to be gay? Why do you have anything about what do you have against her being gay? Well, the fact that it's a kids movie is mostly my issue. And it's like, so gay people shouldn't be in kids movies? Yeah, yeah, actually. It's like, so it only should be straight people. No. So what's the problem with gay? I'm gonna have this conversation with myself for like 20 minutes. The point I'm trying to get across here is, I don't think sexuality should be a thing in a movie made for children. And when it comes to like being gay, that is a matter of sexuality. It is not like sexual orientation. The key phrase is sex. If that makes, you know, if it's hard to grasp where I'm coming from, the key phrase in sexual orientation is sex. It's not a decision you make. You don't decide to be gay. You grow up and you are attracted to a very specific type of person. I'd say, like, it's not a fetish or it's not a kink, but I'd say, like, it could be, I guess. Like, you could technically say it's a fetish, but you could also say being straight is a fetish, because that's how fetishes work. Like, you can't get off unless, you know, you feel what I'm
It's
saying?
that thing.
Yeah. And so technically speaking, I guess you call it a fetish, but I don't want to have the conversation that would come from that
That.
clusterfuck. Yeah. But
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it someday.
we'll burn that cross when we get to it. I'm just a firm believer that sexual orientation when it comes to children's movies is something that shouldn't be discussed. Like, it's not necessary. And that's why I had this conversation with, like, the idea, like, you know, there are gay kids, right? And like not being able to see people who are like them on TV can mess them up. And again, my response to that is, I don't believe in gay kids because, again, there is no gay without sex. There just isn't. Like,
Because that was the discussion that we were having, is that
yeah,
what does it mean to be gay, and it's
and
whether or not, like, it matters if, again, because it's like it could be like something that happens without like sex being involved,
but the problem is it sits side by side with sex. Like, it does. Like, even if you like kissing men and you're a boy, it's sex to a degree. And at the same time, like, kids shouldn't be exposed to stuff like that. Oh shoot.
so you're just full on like not okay with like boyfriend girlfriend stuff on the playground.
I think it's dumb. I think the idea of it is like problematic, but it's mostly because they don't have a clue what they're doing. And that's just my answer to that. They don't know what they're doing.
But how do they eventually know what they're doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you usually have to get to a point where I would say evolution is the answer, but the answer really comes down to learning, usually from someone else. And that's,
I
to
mean,
me,
I guess that's what I'm saying is like, when does it become okay for them to like start learning?
around 14 to 15. But even then, it's like, I don't think it's important. I don't think they should learn what sex is. But I think it's the right time for their parents. This is one of those things where, like, I'm saying their parents because the parents had them. The parents need to do their goddamn jobs.
I mean,
So,
but that's the thing. The parents don't want to have that conversation.
but that's the thing. Not every parent is like that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like that's the majority like idea. Like
That's not even the majority. I mean, in most
I would
cases,
disagree.
like, but it's not the majority. Like, it's not the majority. Plenty of parents like do their job. The thing is, when we hear about bad parents, the reason we hear about bad parents is because you have no reason to hear about good parents. It's the same reason when, like, with the COVID shit, we heard about the deaths and we heard about like the rising number of cases, but we never really heard about like the amount of people who were able to like get sick and then like survive because it wasn't interesting. It's not entertaining. Nobody really talks about like the parent who worked extra shifts so that their kid could have a super bomb Christmas. No, we're not talking about that. What we're going to talk about is like the parent who got on social media to embarrass their
Stuff
kid
in there.
because that's way
I mean, movies and TV shows do.
yeah, like movies and TV shows do, but that's kind of the issue with that's kind of the issue with life is that it's not TV.
Hmm.
Oh, a puzzle. My favorite. Okay. So up until this point, every time we got rope, we had to hook it over something. But this time around, I don't think so.
If you're on the part that I think you are, like that shit was janky.
Janky? Like
Yes.
janky as in...
As in, you have to use bricks to find the solution to that puzzle. Well, you don't have to, but you could just shoot the parts that you need fixed. And that's the most I'll say about it.
Okay, hit it with this goddamn... I think the phrase you wanted to use was obtuse. Not necessarily janky. Like, the solution is findable. What? What? I'm assuming I'm, looking at the right thing. I could be completely wrong. Do I need to shoot the elevator? So I feel like I need to
No.
shoot the elevator. Okay, no. The only other thing could be like shooting a hole and like knocking a hole into the wall. I mean the giant window, which I have done. But yeah, we'll get back to this. We'll just, I'll keep trying to figure this out here.
But yeah, like for the other side of the the devil's advocate part, people feel like there has to be inclusion with everything for that matter. I mean, that's why we have things like Miles Morales being like, and I'm not using Miles Morales as like an indication that like he specifically is made for that, but like he is the poster child for like inclusion at this
inclusion
point
right now.
because
Yeah.
you know, because people feel that there needs to be inclusion when it comes to everything. That's why like people think that Blue Beetle is such an amazing superhero in the moment because he shows, Latinos, oh, I can be a superhero because
I
this
didn't know
guy's a
they.
superhero.
I didn't know they couldn't. I mean, well, that's the kind of the issue is.
Again, that's the point with inclusion is that like
Yeah, I'm not racist, so that's kind of the issue. So I don't necessarily see it like
it's like if you don't see like anyone like you being a superhero, then why would you think that you can? It's the idea.
because I feel like that doesn't really work. Because okay, here's the thing. Some of every little kid, like who was into Superman, never needed Superman to be black for them to decide that they wanted to be like Superman. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. God dang. Like I know I don't have to like leave out of here and like do it again. Like this can't be right. What's the solution to this?
You break the window on the right, and you
Yeah.
break the glass from the thing above the window, and then you toss the rope across the little hooked broken part.
Okay, so I got it right.
And then you have to climb up the rope and like swing.
Yeah, I figured that much. Okay, it has a hook on it, so I don't understand why the hook itself can't break the glass. But whatever. I can't throw it from the right side because it keeps like getting caught. And when I do it from the left side, it still doesn't necessarily want to do it.
The right side.
Yeah, where there's like the actual platform to do it from there. That ain't
No,
right.
you don't do it. You don't do it from there.
Okay, that's the right side, Mark.
No, I said the right, like the window on the right, directly from the rope. The platform is a red herring.
All right, can you just climb up this? Yeah, you can. That was dumb. Like that wasn't good. That was not a good puzzle. Like
I
I
told
didn't
you, I didn't care for it.
like. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that that was it wasn't janky, but it also wasn't obtuse. It just wasn't good. The solution, I didn't feel. You know the whole like, oh, I felt really smart when I figured that out. If I had figured that out, if I had gotten it that way, my immediate response would have been like, yeah, I broke the game. Like I janked that one. And also, I didn't need to come over here.
You didn't need to. It was for a
It
trading
was for
card.
stuff, yeah. Well, guns, there's stuff over here. But yeah, so because the episode's gonna end soon, like the idea that hold on, so I got that document I gotta read. Fuck. Simon, I hope you never read this note. Then why write it? I hope I can crumple it up and burn it when you return for us. It's been, I don't know how many years since you left. I went out to look for you, and these hooded people spotted me. They shouted at me, called me a sinner, and then started shooting. I ran back and barricaded the door. All I can hear is the rain, but I'm worried they're still out there. Should I run? Should I stay? I feel completely paralyzed.
Should I stay or
I'm
should
sorry.
I go?
I'm sorry I got sick. I'm sorry I let you go to the hospital by yourself. I'm sorry I didn't stay hidden like you told me. If anything happens to me, I want you to know I love you. I want you to know how much I love you. Please come back. I'm so scared. Paige. So, there's that. They made it 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 35, 37, 36, 37. They made it 37 days. They made it 37 days. So yeah, like the idea of like, well, if they don't see it, how can they know that they can be like that? I was like, my response to
I mean,
that is,
the answer is like when one day like your child comes to you and is like, I like, you know, this person who is also the same sex as me, and I think they're cute. Like you say, well, you know, that's cool.
that's
Tell
what
them
it
it's
is.
okay.
I mean, that's what you should do. And like the person who I was having this conversation with, like, I don't know if they were gay. And I promise you, I almost said the F word. Like, I really wanted to. Like, I don't know if they were gay, but I really, for their sake, I hope they were, because they made it seem as though they were. Because I don't understand the whole crusading for something that you don't exactly identify with. Forget it.
I mean, again, this is like in most people's cases, they think that it's a human rights issue.
A women's rights issue?
Human rights
Oh.
issue.
I think people need to learn to accept that you don't have the right to anything necessarily. You don't have the right to not be offended. You don't have the right to like have sex with whoever you want to. It's not necessarily a privilege. It's just an option, and it's one that you don't have to select. I was like, but I'm gay, so what are you telling me? I'm telling you don't ever have to have sex. Like when I say that, there are people who want to and can't because they just simply can't find somebody who wants them. And my personal opinion on like all of this is, it's the world will never be a fair place until everyone's unhappy. Because there is no making everyone happy. So the only real way to go about any of this is to just piss everybody off. Are they both clickers? I think they are. Yeah. But there might be some. Wow, she bit me immediately. It's not like, okay. Like, because Jordan always, like, he said he wishes that people would, like, try to actually engage me in these conversations. Oh my dear God. Like, he wishes people would actually try to engage me in these conversations because he knows me better than they do. And he's like, they don't get it. He's like, you say stuff. And he's like, I know that you're saying stuff intentionally just to kind of annoy people because that's what you're into. It kind of gets me off. And he's like, but people hear what they want to hear and they choose to get angry. They choose to be mad because that's what they want to do. They want to be angry. They want to feel like, you know, I told him, God damn it. Like, that's what they want to feel. And in the reality, that's not, it's not that he's like, well, it's not you're trolling, but like your reasoning behind like why you think the stuff you do, it serves more of a purpose other than just like, I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti like anything, but I am a firm believer that people as a whole need to learn to accept that they are not entitled to anything, and they need to like stop pushing their agenda on other people.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, I guess technically speaking, that's what I'm doing. Is my like.
And will you just come full circle at that point?
But yeah, but the thing, but I mean, and the problem with that is always going to be is that I don't think my agenda is the wrong one, but everybody thinks their agenda is the right one. That's how agendas work.
That's just kind of how it works.
But at the same time, I feel like if you find yourself going, well, kids should be able to be in the sex. Whoa, Woods. Here's the list of the deserters: Jisoo Huang, female 5'4" Asian; Andre Dominguez, male 5'7" Hispanic; Chris Marsh, male 5'11" Caucasian; Adam Peters. Wow, did y'all really have like one? What is this? Like the fucking mixed bag of races? Male 5'6" black. We know some of them stole supplies, contained weapons. Some of them stole supplies. They stole contained weapons. Be careful. While it's preferable to capture them alive, do not risk your lives. Any sign of danger, you have my permission to take them out. If they wanted to leave, we would have worked something out. But desertion combined with stealing cannot be tolerated. We need to make an example here. May your survival be long. May your death be swift. Good luck. Isaac. Shut up. N-word. And so like that's never gonna be like the different, like I'm never gonna like be able to like be told differently, because I feel like whenever you choose how it's like it's like how people feel like if you're trans whatever the fuck and you and somebody else like start trying to date, you shouldn't have to tell them that you're trans. And clearly, that's the wrong way to go about that. Like, here's the thing: if you think that, you're fucking wrong and you're stupid. Period.
I'd like to point out that dating apps nowadays, like, specifically put stuff for that, so
So
that
if,
people know.
so if you're choosing to not tell people, like, at this point, like, you're actively, like, hiding it from people, and, like, that's the problem. You don't get to decide what somebody is okay with dating. It's like, you know, it's like you should tell people if you have kids, because they might not be into the idea of dating someone who has kids. And you might be like, why does that matter? It's like, because it matters.
Because
Like,
it's a package deal at that point.
I mean, you have a dream, and so do they. Like, you want a certain type of relationship in your life. They, most likely, since they were a teenager, let's be real, if you're on a dating app looking for, like, love or, like, affection or whatever the fuck, like, you clearly were not striking it rich out there in the real world. I'm not throwing shade. I'm in the same boat. So, like, odds are, like, you've either, like, been thinking about, like, what kind of relationship you wanted to have for a long time, and you've never been able to find it. So, like, if you're at a point where you're spending money to be matched up with people who may be more suited to what you're looking for, you have every right in the world to know who they are. Like, the whole, like, well, I identify as a woman, that's well and good, but you're not a woman. You're not. It's not a matter of, like, where I want to put my dick. It's a matter of what kind of human I want to be with. You are a recycled human made from parts of other humans. I don't want to fuck a Frankenstein. That's not your call to make. Like, just like I can't be mad at you because you don't want to date me because I'm black, or because I'm fat, or because I'm short, or because I have a funny eye. Like, I can't be mad at that. It ain't what you want. It ain't what you want. Only time I have the right to be angry is if you're actively fucking my time up by letting me think that this is going somewhere and it's not. But other than that, like, no, I don't have the right to say you're wrong. You shouldn't have done like that's not a reason to, like, yeah. There've been dumber reasons to be dumped, and, you know, being trans isn't your choice. So, like, you have the decision to make, and I still stand by the fact that, like, I stand by, like, the statement that if you're trans and somebody, like, wants to date you, like, if they find out you're trans and they are super into it, you're a fetish. It's not going to be something you ever want to hear, but the reality is you're a fetish, because you don't look like a woman or a man. You look like somebody who used to be one and then became the other. All of you look the same. None of you look normal. Even the most, like, attractive trans, male to female, looks like a tall ass, weird looking motherfucker. You don't look quite right. It's the uncanny valley effect. Like, it's like you look like a motherfucking bitch, but
So much for following the street.
man, I'm ain't right, y'all. Same goes with Michael Jackson. Like, you can look at Michael Jackson and tell that dude wasn't white. His skin was white, but he wasn't white. He didn't even sound like a white dude. Had too much soul. That's the end of the episode. 33 minutes. Everybody's been royally pissed off, I'm sure. But at the end of it all, like, that's my take, and it, you know, my opinion can't be changed. I don't feel like sexuality is something, because, you know, as much as we all, like, used to give your bro shit about his sexuality, like, even he, like, felt like when in middle school when everybody thought he was gay, or like in elementary school, it's like, you know, oh, he's gay. It's like, how can somebody in elementary school be gay? Like, how is it a thing? Even if you're flamboyant, well, some of them, like, were naturally, you know, a certain way, but even being flamboyant doesn't, you know, make you gay. It makes you flamboyant, which, in my opinion, makes you annoying. But, laptop, hope you have fun trying to upload this video, because it's 35 minutes long. And I hope y'all had fun listening to me say things that have probably gotten this video thumbs down until the end of time. But, what I said wasn't necessarily wrong. You just didn't like it. But until next time, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Like it even if you didn't like it, motherfucker. We out of here, y'all. Peace.